It's time for Power Hour.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the live stream, Thursday live stream, where we have some unfortunate data coming in on your favorite asset in the world. We call it Bitcoin. Well, it's down $2,600 right now and threatening a very, very real level. And I mean, it's like there is no arguing or denying the validity of this level as support resistance, where if you look back in December, it was the highest candle closes ever, and we saw a reversal. Same thing in January, highest closes ever and reversal, and bearish back test before collapsing to the lowest lows of the correction. So we know it's very real. And currently Bitcoin market participants are trading right below this level. So to close in less than an hour below this level is not good at all. Yesterday, we got a bearish engulfing candle. The candle before was like a dragonfly type doji slash hanging man. Not a good looking candle, even though it was a back test of all the key levels as support. Still though, when you see something like that, it's not a great candle. And so it didn't really matter until yesterday, and it kind of confirmed it with the bearish engulfing, and now we're catching follow through of that bearish engulfing candle. And you know, I mean, since the moment it was created by the composite man or whoever is out there painting patterns, the shark, I mean, just literally perfect 886 over and over and over again. We cannot escape these 886s. This is why you always just pay attention to them, because they're so significant. They just are. And so as you can see on the 4 hour, there's a little bit different of a zone with candle closes. A little, 106.862 to 900, 106.9, whatever. Sorry, I got duplicating numbers. There we go. And we're trading below it. So on the 4 hour, there's not much really here till 103. But we are nearing a 50% retrace, at least from this low point to high point. We're almost there, 105.5, just short. Currently trading at that 4 hour 200 some moving average. Give me an audio check, make sure we're good there. Yeah, okay. 5.0 Hopium, yeah, but man, I remember 5.0 Hopium back here. You remember the 5.0 Hopium? Bro, maybe we're going to 5 and we're 100%, over 100% retrace. Bro, it was so many different times. Like whichever way you want to look at it, you want to look at it like it was a crab. 886. It was like an 87, 88% retrace. Not quite an 886, but in the end, it was like type 1, type 2, 886. Look, 886. Look, 886. Just over and over and over again, man. And that was about it. We had 618 here, and then we reversed. But yeah, I just get not excited about that type of stuff. And again, like if we ever break 109, 358, this whole what we're talking about is all invalid. But like if you just look from this high from May, the all-time high, and then a new established high from late May, this high and this high. All buyers were able to do, not just at the 886, they were only able to rival that lower high in the previous high. And look at how we're responding, how price action is correlating. Not great. That is almost identical to how it started, that correction in March of last year. And I'll show you where it's just like they put in the highest high of all time. Just saying, there it is, barely. And then sell off like we got, and then an 88% retrace, whether it was here or here. Both of these highs were lower than the highest high. That neither time could the buyers rally and rival that price. And that was it. And we didn't see those levels again for many, many months. Talking like 5+ months. No, 6+ months, 7 months. So that's just the thing that kind of like, ugh, come on. And I was talking about this last stream at one point where it's like, we're so close, but this is what tends to happen. We oh my God, we're going to do it. 50% rally in 42 days. We're going to all-time highs, Hay Song. But then after the Hay Song, look, this data is not, we're no longer making higher highs after the run. And sorry, but the whole run was a bunch of higher highs, higher lows, unstoppable. There are now key characteristics on the 4-hour that didn't exist during the 50% rally. So just keep that in mind. We now do have a high and another high. They're the same, but they're both lower than the highest high. And now, right on top of that, trading below the it's very controversial. We're very close. Look, as you can see, maybe 48 minutes ago, it's power hour, last 60 minutes for the daily close. I mean, they're trying to hold on to it, but just understand its significance. And that's like 106, 150 or so. Okay. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just interpreting the data, analyzing it, looking at stuff from history where it was almost identical, and if not identical, very similar. It's all these freaking 886s, these attempted rallies, and the ups. You know, we were hoping for a 113, 114K, but it seems like instead of a higher high double top at 114, we're maybe getting a lower high confirmation. You know, right? I mean, when did we make a lower high? In 42 days, 50%, we didn't make any lower highs. We didn't make any lower lows. So that's just the only thing that kind of sucks. It's like we were okay with the data that existed a couple days ago because we were trading above all the resistance points. Nice. But now we're no longer doing that. And, you know, in a matter of 48 hours, 47 hours and change, Bitcoin's down, you know, over $4,000. It's down about $6,000 from its highest high. It's annoying, just how it is, man. Right? Bitcoin typically keeps you grounded. There's never, I mean, these days there's never too much sustained euphoria. And I think this would have to do with leverage and exchanges and price suppression. You know, exchanges can't be too heavy underwater. You know, on levered long, so they got to make sure the price comes back down when they get some liquidations. They can offload their position and break even prices, right? A bunch of that, but clearly this is a big deal. You know, 109,358 below that. Short term, kind of, all we have to do is have a few days of positive price action. We get back above 109,358.01, and hey, we're good again, man. We're good, but like we have to do that, and all we're doing is looking at the data that exists right now. Okay, that is your Bitcoin analysis. But the altcoins were starting to do things yesterday, and it's gone. Like it just as like altcoins start trying to run. I mean, like yesterday, Ethereum saw its highest price since February 21st or so. We were only a few percentage points away from Eric Trump's tweet to buy Ethereum, thank him later. And now, what's Ethereum? Down 4.4%. It hit a resistance, and that was it for now. So Bitcoin dominance up a little bit elevated. A lot of altcoins down a good amount today. I mean, we got tons of 5+% losers. It's for altcoins, it's like one step forward, two steps back. Bitcoin's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Yeah, and total, you already have what is pretty much a completed W shape. I mean, they never quite perfectly hit an 886, but you don't have to. There's like a 3% differential to give you a valid WM shape, so you're pretty much in that territory. And now they're just, you know, they can't even rival the previous local high from May. And just kind of rolling over. I mean, this is just, ugh. What are you going to do, man? Yeah, that's right, Jonathan. Jonathan's in the chat.
I like turtles.
Jonathan likes turtles. Coinbase partners with American Express to launch Coinbase One Card. I saw that. Pretty exciting. Offering up to 4% back on all purchases. Yeah, that's awesome. My God, I'm going to definitely get something like that. So yeah, we're just kind of, if you're talking about a short-term target below 106.8 on the 4-hour, it's a 103, 102.6 target again, because there's just nothing there. As you can see, I mean, kind of nothing. I'd be targeting for 103. Now, a 50% retrace is 105.5. We're virtually there, but a 50% retrace, I don't think it's confluent with much of anything. So, man, these freaking W shapes, dude. The wave structures, the dragons. The dragons, wow, they're reliable. They play out. Holy crap. Then they turn into sharks, and then sharks maybe exceed the 886 a little bit, but then smaller ones develop. Man, they just so well respected, man. Okay. I haven't chat from Mario. What's up, dude? Yeah, Mario's been around pretty much since the beginning. And I remember when he was having the child, he decided to name his child Marabuzu. I think it was because, I don't know if you were learning about what a Marabuzu is in here, but that ended up happening. So I thought that was really cool. And now Marabuzu is actually now, what, 7 years old? I'm in the chat. No, my trading view is all private. It's for those trade setups and stuff. So, but I posted my charts only in the premium Discord charts only. Real quick, before we keep going, I do want to say we had a decent amount of renewals the past couple days, and I'm very grateful for that. Des the Best, thanks so much for the 17 months continued support of the Patreon/Citadel. Really appreciate that, man. Checkmate, thank you for the 23 freaking months of continued support. I can't even believe it. I'm so grateful, dude. Thank you, Checkmate, if you're watching. Buy the Dip, thank you for the 8 months continued support. Swan Guy, thanks for the 6 months continued support. And then Heis, thanks for the 10 months of continued support. Very grateful. Y'all are the life force of this stream, with it being 100% crowdsourced. You are the sponsors. That's it. If it's not for you or people that tip the stream, big zero, right? Not monetized on YouTube, no affiliate marketing links, no sponsorships, voluntarily to ensure my integrity to you. No conflict of interest. Thank y'all. So, all right, we can move on.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Ethereum, that was, again, multi-month highs, but then it's like, oh, God, the smell. I mean, they pretty much took it up to 2,900. As you can see, all these supports and resistances, reversals, it flipped again. And so off those highs just yesterday, Ethereum's down over 8% from yesterday's high. Gross. But it's okay. I mean, right? It's not terrible. They're just kind of, I mean, you know, if you adjust kind of the channel, I get it. Like people be like, if you just leave it alone, it's kind of like this. Then that means we had a false bullish breakout. So I think it's appropriate to kind of try to adjust it now and see how it's being interpreted. So if they don't hold this heart line of this little channel, and the 200-day simple moving average that had been tested and failed so many times, we finally broke it, only to be right back at it again. If none of that holds, then you have an easy $2,400 target. So you're just praying for Bitcoin to turn it around here, but you're just pushing your luck after a 50% rally, 42 days, and now we've got one test above the old all-time high for a new all-time high, and now we have a second test that hit a deep retrace and a very strong reaction there at 110.5 or so. So that's your Ethereum update. Not great, but in between two levels now, whether it's 2,900 or 2,400. Yeah, holding up better than a lot of other alt. Dude, I looked at some of the altcoins, man. It's like there's just no point in even scanning anymore. Like that's kind of where we are. Like the market has straight up Been in this market a long time. This market's in altcoins have died. Like there is no more liquidity. Still, after all of that, after that entire recovery on Bitcoin to all-time highs, the altcoin market is still dead. Not enough capital exists to trade scams these days. Even if they were like, dude, they might be bottoming out near all-time lows or 98% retraces, and they're just starting to turn into garbage price action locally, lately, starting to roll over, falling below key supports again with lots of downside. It's disgusting. The market dynamics in crypto have changed massively in the past few years. Where what you could get away with, what you could do years ago on altcoins doesn't exist anymore. Not a viable market to trade as a swing trader. It's just not. I don't know what to tell you. And we can look at some if you want to waste your time looking at them, but maybe we will. I mean, just look at the altcoin of all altcoins. Removed from its all-time high from years ago. Still below its all-time high by 45.6%. Enough said right there. You held this 4 years ago, you lose. Most likely, you lose. All right. That is your Ethereum chart, whatever. Go to XRP now, down 3.45%. They're just not a meaningful structure here. You're not close enough to some key levels. I mean, we're trying to see how they're interpreting 214. But as you can see, just anemic or ideolated price action. That's the term of the year for altcoins, ideolated. After hitting that key resistance, it's over. And if big one flushes to 103, you know that 214 is going to be tested and broken, and you could be headed back down to 190, 196. Still, even with this being a heart rate monitor for 6+ months now, after a crazy run, it's still performing better than 99% of all cryptos relative to that election pump. Because virtually everything in crypto pumped 200 to 500% November 6th onward for 6 weeks or so. And then it ended. And then 99% of altcoins lost 100% of their value of that run. 99%. And here XRP is still trading up 293% from that election pump catalyst. Not the same asset as 99% of crypto. That's XRP for now. You cannot argue with the current data that exists. So, like for instance, Solana. Great example of turd sandwich. Turd sandwich. Well, where was the election? The election was right here. The election, 164. Certainly lost not just all of its value from that election pump, but from the lowest low to highest high, it ended up losing 141. It retraced 141.4. Yeah, 1414 retrace. 141% retrace from the election low to the highest high. I mean, XRP and Solana, not even close to the same thing. I mean, we're talking Major League and T-ball in performance. So XRP, good. Solana, trash. In fact, the inflection point where the buyers took over because of the election catalyst is now being regarded as resistance. Are you kidding me? And it didn't really look good at all for any sort of setup or anything. It's just kind of churning around. Not at good levels, but now resistance and dump. It's down 5% today. Fun market, man. Fun market for all. So I'm just, right? Remember, everyone's like, dude, look at this coin. Look at that coin. All these setups here and there. After all these years, it's just not the same. Okay, BNB. That is better than almost all other cryptos. 99% of cryptos, BNB is better. Yep. If we talk about the election right here, BNB was just another of the 99% that lost all the value. All its value was wiped out and beyond. 113% retrace from that low to high right there and there and there 3 different times. But hey, it's great. The buyers came in and now they're defending an old resistance inflection point from 2021 as support. But for how long? You know, I don't know if this can hold. If Bitcoin's going to do the thing that we don't want it to do at all, okay? Because we love Bitcoin. But yeah, they've just... It's very choppy, right? Because it's like they're holding support, but they're also rejecting resistance. I mean, 691.80 is the old all-time high from May of 2021. So it's just like pretty neutral. I mean, nice, you know, you can see kind of a channel here, nice uptrend long-term, but yeah, really tough here. I mean, I guess if you want to own it, fine, but you better have a stop at like 620. I don't think you want to own it below that level. Probably not. It's better than most, man. Just saying. So those are like your bigger cryptos. Let's look at Doge that was like trying to do so, and it's not. Like it's just it happens so fast where you're like, hey, they're trying to hold on. They might even, dude, if a miracle happens and bids start coming in massively on Bitcoin, we start recapturing key levels, they would pivot this. It would be defended. But if Bitcoin's going to 103, there's no way 17.8 cents holds on Doge, being down over 6% today. Yeah, it's like these assets can trade above these key levels. They can even hold them. But man, where Bitcoin is on the pushing your luck, you are pushing your luck 50%, 42 days. If Bitcoin wants to flush, if this W shape ushers in a midterm reversal, which we've seen it do 3 or 4 different times last year, Doge is effed. So it's like, how confident are you in buyers defending this key level? How confident? I don't think I'm very confident in anything crypto. Nothing crypto. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It's not crypto. When I say crypto, Bitcoin is not included in that. So crypto in general, how can you trust it, man? How are you going to put your hard-earned money into crypto, Dogecoin, nowadays? It'd be nice to see a Type 2 return at like 12 cents. Or they take it back down to 10.6 cents, that old trade setup, right? The classic accumulation for the election, godlike. And that was it. It was a trade. And now it almost... No, it literally did. Dogecoin lost over 100% of its value of the Trump election pump and dump. Remember? I mean, Bitcoin almost did. XRP still up 293% from the election. Dogecoin is currently only up 13% off the election pump, initial pump. Trash, man. Just garbage everywhere. Everywhere you look, oh, it's trash, man. Like, if you want like an example of just this garbage market, Cardano is another example of just like trash, dude. I mean, I don't know how you trust it here. They were holding it once and twice, and it's just dude, it's down 5%. There's just no demand in crypto. I don't know what to tell you. No demand. Bitcoin, there's been demand. Clearly. Nothing else. Shiba, oh my God, you want to throw up? Look at Shiba. Bro, 1296, 1340. It's been here as a level for years. Okay? Years. What's going to happen when they defended it? Oh my God, they run. But below this level, there is nothing to do but wait for it to go like crazy lower. I mean, the downside potential below 1296, 1340 is massive. I mean, at least 1050. I mean, the downside on Shiba below that key inflection zone is at least 11.7%. But if things get bad, 30% downside, 37% downside. That's just terrible price action over a very long period of time. Like 3 or 4 months of just churning. Market participants are trying. They're just testing old resistance as resistance. They can't even come close to the 200-day simple moving average for a test to reject it. Nope, not even. No demand in crypto, bro. The crypto bros are working at McDonald's or Steak and Shake now because they believe in the beef tallow and the Bitcoin. You know, the ability to buy a Steak and Shake with a Bitcoin. So they've moved on, which is nice. Good stuff. Yep, put the beef tallow fries in the hopefully biodegradable bag. We can just look at stuff, man, if you want. Let's look at Filecoin. Dude, Filecoin, you were going to get a Filecoin. It already made fresh all-time lows in April. Remember, November election? Dundee Matt made a lower low. Retraced over 100%. Let's say 127%. And now it's like this price that you're just churning below these key levels. It's just miserable. Even if it like rallied in the coming weeks, months, it's miserable right now as I'm speaking to you. So you can say whatever you want in the future. Right now it is trash. No demand. How about my basic attention token? I mean, we love I use the platform. I love the browser. It's incredible. I highly recommend everyone use it. It's so good. It's so much better than Chrome. But look, it doesn't matter how good the web browser is. This is not an investment. Basic attention token is not an investment, bro. The target's like 10.8 cents here. Old supports, they were like legendary levels where massive rallies happened. It's now flipping to resistance. I'm just trying to get a point across to everyone. I'm not trying to like make people sad or make people feel bad or anything. We have to really pay attention to reality here. Okay, reality is important. People are going to tell you things that feel good, sound good, but I mean, what is this on Chainlink? Why is this happening? Why is Chainlink like 1 and 2 and now like 3? Why? Why do we have classic distribution after a breakout? Soon to be testing, 1140 again or 1290. There's a lot of levels on this one. It's choppy. But why? Why are we below the 200 moving average? Why has this been going on? I mean, since May. We want to see like classic accumulation. Dang, bro. Like, let's go long. Look at this nice uptrend. And now like, oh no, we're breaking supports. Buyers recapturing, reconfirming, another reconfirmation, third val. I like this resolution. Let's hold it and have a stop loss below $16 and let it ride. That's the way it would look in opposite world. Unfortunately, this is all we have. Just garbage everywhere you look. Moneo coin, my Chinese S coin. How can you look at it and be like, this is good, very good, boys? Yeah, 549 is going to be tested again soon. I hope it holds for everyone's sake that cares about NEO coin. This thing hit $185 all-time high. Yeah, you heard me. $185. Oh no, it hit 198. I think right around here on the dead cat bounce, some lady in a Discord server was like, I like Neo right here. It is goodbye. Garbage, dude. They can't even make like 23% retraces. Utter scams that will probably never recover. And if they do, it's all bullcrap anyway, and we'll do the exact same pump and dump crap. How about Loopring? Dude, Loopring was so good, bro. Loopring. Oh, look, support is now resistance. Lowest low of downtrend, and now you're rolling. Dude, once you break this 7.9 cent level, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Loopring. Scam. All scams. They don't do anything. The only people that will tell you that will do things are the devs of these crappy projects. That's it. Only people that care are the ones that need you to be in them. Okay, I think we just had enough, dude. Had enough of crypto. We can look comp because it was accumulation. It's still better than 99% of crypto, even with it being down 8.45% today. Still better than all the others, almost all the others. It was a nice pump, but dude, what do you do in the macros rolling over? You know, you're below 106 right now on Bitcoin. Yeah, everything's gonna get hit hard, so including this. So let's go to the S&P chat. Okay, I'm sorry. So much negativity in this chat. I mean, like, what are you talking about, bro? Negativity? We're still waiting on a reaction here on the spider. We may not happen, right? That was the highest daily candle close on the S&P 500 since February 20th. Hype in the chat. No reaction. Nope. This is just the area where reactions can and do happen. Just not yet on the spider. Incredible resilience, holding above $600. It was a great day today. Worlds removed from the altcoin crypto market. It's like, hey, I own crypto. You lost. Completely lost. Your money could have been in Bitcoin. Fine. Gold, silver. I mean, any metal now because they're starting to really rally. Or a lot of stocks. But being in altcoins and crypto over the past 3 months, completely massive L. Capital L. It is confirmed now. Dow Jones, that was not even close to the 886, was underperforming the NASDAQ and S&P by a couple fib nodes. Had a good day today. Bullish engulfing candle. Highest daily candle close confirmed since March 3rd. Very nice. Continuing to ascend. There might be a little more upside. I like how it broke finally above that high from late March. But yeah, it's a dragon, and the dragon tail is growing, and typically we're looking for 886s on dragon tails. If they're legendary dragons, 45K, 100%. If they're beyond, if they're Ancalagon the Black and the War of Wrath, 47K, 1272 dragon tail. So the dragon continues, just like it did on Bitcoin. NASDAQ, it's dragon. As you can see, you're right at that area where any day now, resolution, we resolve, or oh god, big volatility spike, red candle. And it doesn't mean the red candle's we're gonna usher in a big time correction, but it's just we're in reaction levels, just like the 1414, 1618 on the S&P, 1414 on the NASDAQ. It's just like a level where reactions occur, reversals can occur. As you can see, that's exactly where it topped out. Here's another W shape here, so we're waiting on resolution. If you got in lower, I mean, these are just not the worst areas in the world to take a little off, to take a little profit. I get it. Number go up. Have an investment account, bro. I'm talking about the strategic trader who cares about dragon patterns, buying low and then selling high. These are 886. Never a bad area to take a little off. Not, I'm saying like exit. I'm saying a little off. And it's the same type of verbiage we were using at these completion zones of the extension patterns back in January, February. Same thing. There was opportunity, though, P. There was opportunity. There was tons of it. A couple months ago. Dragon pattern breakout, back test. Piercing line reversal on the weekly, S&P, NASDAQ. It was just there. And now we've had 25% rallies on the index funds, 50% rally on Bitcoin. I mean, that was opportunity. It existed. We were here discussing it. I mean, if a 50% rally on Bitcoin off the lows isn't considered opportunity, or wasn't considered opportunity, or at least enough yield for you to make some money this year, like, I don't know what is. You're just hitting like the max threshold of a lot of different things on Bitcoin and the index funds now. But of course, people can call it negative, just like people were calling freaking negative in February. Oh my God. I was getting cursed out when these altcoins they were ending their bubble, their little rally, Trump pump and dump, the election. I was getting called like really bad names. And negative was one of those words. Just calling out the price action correlation, the lower highs, the bearish back test, the key levels again, all that. That's all I did. And it was negative. Toxic. People aren't calling me toxic when dragon breakouts are happening, when bullish spring back tests are happening. Deaf ears there. So we had a gap down on small caps. They hit that 200-day simple moving average for the first time yesterday since February 24th, and that was it. So back below 213, another key inflection point. You do want to get back above that, but yeah, another one that's look, dude. I mean, it may not play out, right? It may, for real, hey, we're just going to keep, small caps are just going to keep going forever. What are you talking about, bro? You're crazy. But I'm just identifying a new development on the MACD histogram that, again, could not play, it might not play out, but here's a high on price. Here's a higher high on price. High on price, higher high on price, and lower levels of positive momentum. That is definitively bearish divergence in development right now. You get a couple more days waning momentum. It's real. So it's implying impending price action reversal to the downside. We'll see what happens, right? And I'm wondering, like, if on like the NASDAQ or the Spider, if there's any sort of like divergence on the 12-hour or something. The thing is, you're making a slightly higher high on the NASDAQ. You're not making any positive momentum. That's like class A plus bearish divergence. You would think, right? Wow, we're making higher highs. We're building positive momentum. No. So I'm like wondering, like, maybe like the 8-hour. Sorry, the same history. You have to go to the 4-hour. Go to the 4-hour. This is just meandering, floating on up. I mean, it's not as strong here, but you can see a high on price, and then these higher highs on price, and just all the momentum. It's so weak. There's just nothing. I think you are kind of diverging, and you're just we're waiting on reaction. Right? Just looking at it. Yeah, you're a little bit above the 886, but buyer induction, I don't know. This is just starting to get really high risk for fresh longs, just like it was high risk up here for fresh longs. But yeah, you know what I hope, though? Despite all that, I hope, though, screw your W shape. We're going to 25K in 1 month. Hey, dude, I hope that happens. But that's just not like how we do it here, right? There's like a way to analyze markets. It's been studied and researched for like 100 years, over 100 years. And we're just trying to apply the teachings from really smart people and we're bringing it here. Okay, so look at the let's look at like MicroStrategy first. Don't look great to me. Doesn't look like, oh my God, this thing's gonna go higher. Doesn't really. I mean, above 404. I am not really that interested. I mean, there's no like value here. There's no structures here that are like screaming time to buy. There's no ability to really manage risk optimally here. I'm not sold on this for a fresh long or anything. I would just like sit and wait. There was such a lack of demand on MicroStrategy. They could not even fill the gap at $3.99. They couldn't do it, man. What? Why?
Listen up, chat. Good stuff, Mitch.
What's up, Andrew 3? Thanks for the make sure. Yeah, thanks for the first contribution of the day. Been live 44 minutes. $5. We're almost to minimum wage. Let's freaking go, baby. All right, so MicroStrategy, Coinbase, that was good, and then it wasn't. It was like, ugh. Now it's like, okay, 261. Like, dude, is it my opinion here? Resistance, reversal, right? They upthrusted through it. Now they're formally back testing it. So it's almost like a Bitcoin situation where you got one high and you got a second high, and the second high locally is lower than the first high. He's made the lowest daily candle close on Coinbase officially since May 12th. You could very much think that 212 is a good target here for a gap fill. I mean, it's just not looking good locally and lately. Coin, I mean, what are the, you want to look at some miners? We could look, hey, how's Mara doing? I don't even, Mara Holdings. Dang, it's actually okay. What? And before it ends terribly, but yeah, because the miners, that's what they've been doing. Doesn't matter what Bitcoin does, they always end up being terrible. Still below the 200-day moving average. Somehow showing like bearish divergence or
minimum wage FTW. Embarrassed smiley face emoji. Rocket emoji.
10 times trading. Thanks for the 12 pounds. Well, I'm just saying, like, right. It was like $5 going on an hour, so it doesn't matter though. I'm just saying. I was like just saying. Okay, you didn't have to. No one has to contribute ever. Okay, but I would say like on Mara, like I mean, just looking at it, it's like you're negative, you're toxic, but it's like, bro, what in the a high, then the higher high, slightly higher high in price, and you just have freaking.
Vegas looked like a great experience.
What's up, Andrew? Thank you, dude. Yeah, it was incredible. Got to meet a lot of viewers, a lot of other YouTubers that I'm friends with. We gooned out, according to CryptoFace. He calls it gooning. We were gooning, okay? It was crazy. It was fun. And yeah, room service was good, and it was a good time, man. I can't wait till next year. I'm definitely going back next year. I don't go to Vegas for my Bitcoin conference. I mean, it's there. It's kind of peripheral to me. I go for the streaming backdrop with the, the fountains, crazy stuff, having fun with that, taking y'all with me. But the food is probably number one. The people, number two. The vibes, probably three. Bitcoin conference can go on. It can't go on. You meet some really good people there. That's why it's fun to go around that time. Oh, God, win Goonies 2. Well, what's his name? The fat kid. He's going to be trans. It's like certain. Or the fat kid had a kid and his kid's trans, and he's now Truffle Shuffle or whatever it's called. It's going to be. No, is he actually? I don't know. Probably. I'm not going to be far off. You'll see. Anyway, you look at something like this. It had a nice run off the lows, but now it's like, dude, I wouldn't be messing with Mara Holdings with the technicals how they are right now. I'm just saying. Just being honest. Get your break, dude. Let's just go to the Mag 7 so I don't have to want to vomit, okay? Thank you, God. NVIDIA up 1.52%. Bullish engulfing candle. Highest daily candle close confirmed since January 23rd. That's positive. That's awesome. Let's freaking go. No one wants to hear it, but we are approaching. Probably tomorrow, you're going to see a formal 88% retrace from the old all-time high to the lowest low of the correction. 886. It's where you can catch reactions or pauses. Consolidation structures can develop there, even if it's hyper bullish. But you're starting to get to levels where maybe, sideways or down after a really nice run. I mean, incredible run so far. I hope it continues, man. I love NVIDIA. Kidding me, dude? NVIDIA changed my life many years ago. And it's continued on to change other people's lives. All the employees, all of them like millionaires. Crazy. Microsoft, unstoppable, man. All-time highs again. Heading towards that 1272, the $500 psychological level, too. Spaceballs, too. Oh, God, dude. It's going to be so bad. Oh, my God. This is what I'm saying. There's no more creativity. They just, look, a successful IP. Let's just make a remake of it and make it really terrible, and people will just go to see it, and it'll be rated 1 out of 10. and we're going to infuse so much woke politics into every single movie. We don't care if we lose money. It's all about the message. Oh, look, everyone's oppressed. Oh, my God. There's the oppressor and the oppressed in all these movies. There's always a subliminal plot to create revolution, to overthrow capitalism in every effing movie you watch now that's new. There's always an underlying tone of it. I'm just saying. That's why I just don't watch this crap, any of it anymore. Okay, Apple. All right, dude, we're back at this key level. I hope it holds after yesterday's bearish engulfing candle. It was down almost 2%. You better pray to God this holds. I don't know if if you want to own this below 196. I think like you should protect your capital below 196 because the implications of losing that would be, wow, 182, 176. And what you got to hate about this is we know we're in a downtrend, like lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lowest low. Lowest highs, wait, now a new lowest high. This high is lower than all three of these highs. What's going on? Why are they continuing to distribute on Apple? When higher highs, higher lows consecutively. And that's what makes it like, hey, if you want to manage your risk, fine, but the price action is pretty awful lately, locally. Amazon flat today after the bearish engulfing candle yesterday. You're just starting to get up there, man. You're starting to, I hope it fails, but you're just starting to show some signals of a little bit of exhaustion on a daily time scale for buyers. You just are, okay? It's just there. I don't know if it'll play out. I'm just identifying it and showing it to you, right? These charts, it's like the weather, dude. Okay, here are the variables that exist in the atmosphere currently. That's where we are at a 618 retrace. Okay. Meta. This one's like where, okay, you're nearing an 886. The RSI at least isn't showing it, but you're just getting the same type of situation on the MACD histogram here as you saw on Amazon, where it's like a high on price, a much higher high on price with nearing a deep 886 retrace. That's not an area to go long. It would be crazy to take fresh longs with a bearish divergence near an 886. It'd be crazy. Okay. My gold alert just went off because gold might be the one, Neo.
Thank you. I entered NVDA at 96, sold at 144 today.
Let's go, Abdullah, man. Thanks for 533. Hype in the chat. Dude, it is never a bad thing to like long spring back tests or near spring back tests or near through rising valley lows, right? Near supports from history. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with, after you've entered around that zone, selling at 886s after 30% runs, 40% runs. There's just nothing, even if it keeps going, nothing wrong with that. So Google's here, and it's been marching along, but dang, man, I just hate when we're looking at the NASDAQ and the Spider with 886s waiting on a reaction. It's like if you made money on the run, on the rally, there's just nothing wrong with taking some off, dude. I've taken some off. Nothing wrong with it. If it keeps going, great. But it's, are we? It's a little early, maybe. Maybe we need a few more days on Google to get some waning histograms, but histogram wicks. But you're starting to develop the same type of bearish divergence. Underperforming miserably. Nvidia and Microsoft and Meta. Not your best performer. Tesla, the worst performer today. Down 2.2%. Anything above 300 is fine, but hopefully they hold it. They're going to probably fill a gap at 308 in the coming days, and the 200 is going to be tested. The key inflection point from history is going to be tested. I would just say, like, all in all, hands off below 290, because that's like the implications. That's major downside. History shows the downside potential below that level. So, but yeah, I think you're okay above $300. All right, we got 4 minutes and change until the close. Let's look at gold real quick. Gold, my God, chat, this is spectacular. I don't know, here you go. It could end terribly. They could still make a lower high than this high from May. But dang, if they didn't break a supply line, and that if they didn't back test that breakout and confirm it as support, and we're starting to catch follow through now, again with the index funds where they are, this is a long-term uptrend. I mean, you can't compete against this trend. The trend is your friend, and local price action is starting to look real good. People be like, inverse head and shoulder, I guess. I mean, continuation, inverse head and shoulder, sure. Just think about a supply line broken, it's back tested. Now they're running it.
At Wall Street Matthew, I got you. Peace sign emoji.
Thank you, 10 Time Trading. What did he say? Wall Street Mafia said, Mitch, I want to say thank you for making me happy for the past year, man. Am a devoted viewer since then. Keep up the great work. Wish I could donate, but really entice. Dude, no one has to contribute to this stream ever, okay? You know how you contribute? You just watch the stream and you listen and you get value out of the stream. That is the single best way to contribute to this stream, is you empowering yourself as a trader, analyst, whatever, okay? You don't have to trade. You can use technical analysis just to protect your capital. Man, we hit 88% retrace, bearish divergence. We're failing to break all-time highs 2 different times now. That's not good. Well, maybe it's like someone takes a little off just because of that. And hey, if you miss out on a run that's pushing its luck already, fine, whatever. Anyway. What? Wall Street Journal just reported that Israel is preparing. That was yesterday, dude. Definitely yesterday, I think. I'm almost certain it was yesterday. Someone back me up on that. Gold, though. I mean, and if you're talking about Israel and Iran, dude, this thing's going all-time highs very soon. If I'm telling you, if somehow Israel bombed Iran, this thing will like God candle. And oil too, probably freaking blow up. But see, the problem is U.S. oil, West Texas oil, they're all in these massive downtrends, like multi-year downtrends on oil. That's the issue. So it's like it might spike and then it dumps, makes a lower high and rolls over again. Gold, your trend is certainly your friend. You got really good technicals right now until you don't. And it could be setting up for way higher prices, which is insane because of its run already. But it has been flat since April. So it's been getting long in the tooth of consolidation. Silver doing some really nice stuff too. I can imagine silver would do crazy things if added. So what happened? I mean, Jesus chimes in order for this because of what happened. You see this gray zone. For the first time, virtually ever, an old resistance from October 2011, old resistance from September 2012, has been formally regarded as support. First time ever. It's literally yesterday/today. So if that holds, 3750, that's an overhead resistance, and it's like a target of a monthly. I mean, dude, if I need to pull up silver on the monthly, we can go way back. This pattern has been here for a long time, dude. 3750, if they can break that 2012 peak, there is nothing there till $44. So the precious metals, man, looking real nice, really nice. And Bitcoin at fresh lows. Let's go back to it. You're local on the 8s. Chad, I'm just saying, unfortunately.
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
105.7 and change, 20 seconds to go to the close. We will certainly be seeing a daily candle close below the level of all freaking levels. Your worst case nightmare is unfolding, unfortunately. 5 seconds, 4, 3, and Jesus chimes. Lowest daily candle close confirmed since June 7th, and a confirmed bearish breakdown below the key levels. I wouldn't be surprised if we ran up to test that level today as resistance. So if we start catching an initial run to 106.1 again, That's a bearish back test because they broke it. Now they might want to confirm what the candle close all-time high is resistance again. And in the end, it all just stems back to the W shape. You gotta be kidding me, man. How did they do it like this? I'm going to show you. Look at this, dude. It's ridiculous. 6:10. It was June 10th. It was a warm June evening in the Citadel at midnight. Can I open this thing? Here, I'll just do this. One warm June evening. And here it freaking was. You just can't believe it. Like, just stop. Leave us alone, W shapes. We don't want these things to play out. But unfortunately, gosh dang it. What a reaction. My God. Can't stop it. So we're at 105.3. Not really anything here till 103. And on the new day, right out the gate, fresh lows, already down $450. But, you know, it's going to pump, it's going to dump. Remember, they might run it up to that one level for a back test. Yeah, oil is spiking right now, and it's working on its lowest high in years. Yeah. If Israel and Iran, if that happens, it's very bad. Probably for risk on, but great for gold, great for oil. Okay, we're just new day, chat. New day, new price action, or continuing. Summerlands, Brad, check that real quick. What? Crypto lawyer, what? We mean, okay, gold is a new alert went off on golds. We're rallying. Crypto lawyer, give me more. Give me more, dude. I can't. What's a move? Look at Bitcoin. Chat 104.8, 104.7 right here. New lows, bro. You gotta say respect the TA in the end on the shark, man, but is this really, I mean, if we're dumping like this, let's check the stock market futures. That could be also, let us take a game. Oh boy. Yep. We got something going on. Something is going on. And there, dude, I'm telling you, right? 88% retrace on futures, and you got a rising wedge locally, and it's, here you go. Who does that? Why would Israel announce that they're launching a preemptive strike? Isn't that making an announcement of an announcement? Bitcoin lows of day. Now we're down 104.6. You lost support, so you're falling. You're at the new lows. We have altcoins selling off. Ethereum's down 1.3%. Solana down 1.4%. XRP down 0.73%. Nothing too crazy yet. Dogecoin almost down 2%. Bitcoin, new lows again, right? Nothing here really till 103.
Can devs do something? Every day I'm checking the price and it's dipping. Every day I check the price, bad price. I can't take this anymore. I have overinvested by a lot.
That's okay, man. We're making a bounce back, dude. Everything's going to be fine. Explosions heard in Tehran, Iran. Source Wall Street Journal. That's really bad. I hope it's bullcrap. All I'm saying is I hope it's bullcrap. Kidding me? All right, S&P 500 futures are dumping right now. So, all right, that Wall Street Journal news announcement is driving the markets. The futures right now, driving Bitcoin, driving gold, driving oil. Oil's at its highs. Oil is at its highest level since April 2nd right now, chat.
Bruh.
Gold's threatening its highest level since early May. But yeah, you're getting a reaction off some news catalyst of war in the Middle East, or at least attacks in the Middle East. Yeah, risk on, baby. Yeah, like, hey, imagine a W shape on the 4 hour. It had prophesized a war. Kidding me, dude? Yes, gold. Gold's, I mean, if it was, goes up another $1, I'll go to gold, you know, because it will be making its highest level since early May. What's up, James? War stocks. We don't want to look at Boeing, because some sort of air, you know, their airplane crashed and killed 200 plus people today. So Boeing, I mean, Boeing bros are like, war? I guess that's good for us. But they'd just be breaking even, you know, after what happened today. All right, so the futures, oh my God, you know, war, and it's like they're already off their lows, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. It's a little volatile though, right? I think we're probably just looking for, yeah, there was a plane crash in India and it killed 200 plus people, and it was a Boeing plane. Yeah. John Phillips, wow, dude, really appreciate that, man. I do. The Discord is pinned in the chat above. So I don't know, how did you find me, if you don't mind me asking? Because one guy survived the plane crash, like, and he's got a name. Obviously, they announced it, but dude, that's like Indian Unbreakable movie incoming, Bollywood, bro. Yeah, I mean, traumatized for life, but insta celebrity. You just looked at live streams and I was here. Wow, man, that's good to know that I was literally there. Bitcoin's at its lows of the day right now. Gosh dang, dude, am I about to change the base mat overlay to thunderstorms instead of scattered thunderstorms? We might have to. I think so. Yeah, we got to do it, dude. Let's add a little rain here. Little rain. Okay, and then let me just give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna 104.598 right there. New lows on Bitcoin. Now let's do this real quick. There it is. Okay, we are now full-fledged thunderstorms. The thunderstorms.
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
Yeah, futures are still off their lows. Gold, though, is now at the highest level. So I'll have an alert set up on Bitcoin if we make like a fresh low or something. But gold, yeah, right now, highest level in like 2 months almost. There it is. Let's frickin' go. The strongman asset. The breakout and the back test of breakout. And then you got to love like a low and then like a higher low. Like the accumulation. Look how they're skating on that 200 moving average. I mean, this is animal spirits out the yin yang on gold. Whew. Even in its consolidation. Yeah, gold was the one, man. And you know what's crazy? Not even overbought on the 4 hour. But hey, beautifully in the bullish control zone, 68. Okay, so oil is really going. Oil's up almost 4% now. No surprise. Let's try to get over there and look at it so you can see. I always have a lot of these different charts on my peripheral. Oh my goodness. It is going 4.2% up.
Is that a joint?
No way. All right, look at this. This will be short-lived. I mean, this is not gonna most likely take us to 90 and reverse the trend, but this is just a news-driven catalyst where they are attempting to break some sort of old supply line. I mean, it goes all the way back to September 2023. Yeah, up 4.2%, above the 200-day simple moving average for the first frickin' time since February 3rd. But yeah, until you're making higher highs than your previous major highs, you're still in a long-term downtrend. But yeah, this will do it. Okay, Bitcoin fresh lows. My alert just went off. let's go back. Let me have an alert set up on U.S. oil. Okay, if we're making like really, really fresh highs, we'll hear a beep. Here's your Bitcoin, dude. Very bad. Below 106.1. Just looking for 103 now. Just nothing left to do. Yeah, alt's just trash, dude. Well, funny enough, Lockheed Martin was up today. LMT. Did they know? It's up like 2, no, maybe 4%. I can't remember. 2 to 4% it was up. Stream times, John. Typically 7 p.m. Eastern, but if there's real price action, I try to go live during the last 60 minutes of trading on Wall Street. So it's either 7 p.m. Eastern or 3 p.m. Eastern. Those are the times I try to shoot for. Okay, Bitcoin 104.3. Just cracked 104.3 for a second. We got a low of 104.289.02. As oil is still up, but off the highs. Gold's up off its highs a little bit. Still looking at the stock market futures. Top left S&P, bottom left NASDAQ, top right the Dow Jones. Bottom right is the Russell 2000 futures, all selling off on Israel-Iran war talk or catalysts, which I guess we have some fog of war until, more information comes in, more news comes in from over there. We're just going to be waiting. Pulse Playa, we just discussed Iran and Israel war stuff. Giving gold highest level in a couple months. Gave U.S. oil its highest level in multiple months. And now finally at an 88. How, don't you dare tell me, okay? Don't you dare come in here and tell me that, imagine it's like this. And we're like, well, we're just waiting for resolution, chat. Waiting for, and Iran and Israel go to war. And that's what gives us finally a reaction off the, gives us a type 1 reaction off the bearish BAT. Pattern completion zone, price reversal zone. How crazy would that be? But yeah, nothing's really, happened yet. I don't think it's, the S&P 500 being down 0.89%, the futures, is just of no consequence. It's kind of nothing. So it's kind of worse on Bitcoin. Yeah, kind of way worse on Bitcoin right now. Sheesh, though. Let's just talk about Bitcoin down nearly 6% in 3 days, 4 hours. Oil up 5%. West Texas oil says 4.14, but it's probably different than just U.S. oil. What's up, Marbob, dude? Bitcoin, new lows. Well, yeah, just a second ago. Dip. There it is, new lows. Bitcoin continuing to sell off, heading to 103.
I have some evidence Manbear Pig could be in this area.
There's bears out here.
104.97. Lows of day. Lows of week. Index funds futures are not doing the same thing as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really getting beaten down harder than any other outside of altcoins. Altcoins are getting murked right now. If you want to look at Ethereum, we can. Down almost 3%. Big freaking yikes. You're thinking about that $2,400 level. I guess we can go the daily on these. Yeah. Yeah, you get 2,400 on deck for Ethereum, so that means your downside potential where you are is pretty much like 6.4% downside. Solana, just waiting for 135.81. That's it. You had nothing to do. No structures. I'm good. I wouldn't touch this crap. We can look at like how's Dogecoin? We're talking about just now. If Bitcoin goes to 103, there's no way Doge holds this. This is like, you're done, dude. Once this level breaks, it's just going to be a retest of 13 cents and then 11 cents after. All coins are virtually dead. Okay? They're virtually dead. But my Pepe coin, dude, come on. Bitcoin teased as it almost always does at tops, where you think, oh, we're gonna, and then the W shapes develop, and it's like Bitcoin dominance doing things. Finally, that's not doing things, man. That's just, it's up 0.3%. Yeah, call me when it's making the highest level at least since May 9th, and then we'll say it's doing things. It's just flat. Cool spinning top on the monthly. Let's look at the Bitcoin like weekly and monthly charts right now, because man, that's daily is just terrible now. 3-day. Oof. Look at the 3-day. I mean, you still got two days to go until it closes, but you can clearly see that they are rejecting the zone for now. And they could turn it, but look at this. No negative momentum on the 3-day since April 10th. And the momentum has completely reset. That histogram reset. Yeah, you push your luck up here. You're just pushing your luck. You know, these rallies, they could, we could go 113, we go to 114, or they make a lower high and give us an 886. Yeah, and if you just look at the 4-hour, we were talking about this earlier, the key characteristic of this rally is 50% rally in 42 days. We didn't make one lower low, not one lower high, the entire rally. And now something's happening where we are. Yeah, oil off its highs a little bit. Futures are still kind of down.
Marijuana's bad.
Sorry, wrong button. Yeah, it's still, it had rallied a little bit better, and now it's starting to sell off again on futures. We're just looking at the 4-hour, but these upsloping consolidation structures nearing 80, if not exceeding 88% retraces. Let me show you. I don't even know if the futures on their chart have even gone above. Let me just look here. Oh, dude, it is so good. Like, look at this S&P 500 futures, man. So it's down 1%, but you're at, I'm telling you, right? Let's just look at this. You made a high on price, you made a higher high on price, and looking at the RSI, it's like, here's a high, here's the higher high. That's lower low. That means it's diverging to a degree. And so the poll, we did a poll like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, and I think 67% of the viewing audience said that we would catch a reaction at this W completion zone, and we're still in the completion zone, but we haven't reacted yet. So the whole poll has not resolved. There's been no clear winner or loser yet. So leave it to a war breaking out to complete this thing, to catalyze its validity as a pattern itself. What's up, Mike? Coming from Texas. What is it? Total liquidations. It was a lot today. The bulls got destroyed. Israel expects retaliation after preemptive Iran strike. Where did they strike though? In Iran. And if they struck, it was probably a strategic military base or something, and there were probably no casualties. Someone let me know. Tehran, okay, well that's like the capital, but I mean, like, again, it was strategic, right? It was not some indiscriminate bombing and civilians died. That would be absolutely the worst case scenario we could ever dream of. Yeah, it's all about Chip flipper, yeah. Send 40 expected drones. It's over like last time. Yeah, dude, for real. Remember when like they sent in a attack on Israel and it was like some drone attacks and then they just gave up after a couple days. It was like, okay, it's over. That was weird. Wasn't that like August of last year or something like that? Okay, so like the DAX, the German 30 futures, down 1.5%. Nikki down 1.3%, what it looks like on my side. Gold still pretty much at its highs of the day. Yeah, highest high in like a couple months. Yeah, Israeli airstrikes, but Axios reports that Israeli Air Force conducted a strike in Iran, citing 2 unidentified people with knowledge of the operation. It was not immediately clear who Israel is targeting. Yeah, so it's... I mean, what do y'all think? You think it's going to blow up into a full-scale crazy war that won't end? Or is it just going to be like, you know, we've seen this, or they throw bombs at military targets, and then there's retaliation, hits the Iron Dome, and then it kind of fizzles, and then it's over. I mean, are we going to get that? Or are we going to get something that's like way more crazy? Oh my God, I can't believe this is actually happening in 2025. Which one? Western man? Well, we're all hoping option 1. That would be ideal. Yeah, so we're just wanting the S&P futures at the 886, like Class A plus bearish divergence, because there should on a rally higher in price, there should be some positive momentum, but there has been zero. So nothing burger. Yeah, hopefully nothing burger. I'm hoping, dude. Okay, just like I hope that this W shape gets invalidated because we're going to all-time highs in a month or less. You know, that's what I hope. But man bun double top, he's here, isn't he? He's in our hearts and our souls. Failing to break 109.358 for a second time, that lower high aspect. And then just rivaling the high from May 27th. But this high and this high, both of them are lower than this high. So it's almost like, is that confirmation? Someone could interpret that. Where am I reading these news? Got mods that are checking X, which is definitely your best source for any sort of breaking news. The VIX only up 4.7%, but isn't it kind of scary? Isn't the VIX kind of very scary? I mean, maybe it's bullcrap, right? But I see a discernible peak here that separates 2 valleys. And I see the 200-day simple moving average be defended somehow by the bots. And I also see a 98% retrace from this low to high, where it's almost like a completed M shape with a type 2 epping return. You gotta be kidding me, dude. You have to be kidding me. If TA is respected here, we are doomed. I mean, this is like, all right, time for a nuke to go off or something really bad, because if this resolves, we go to like a target 1. I mean, 28.65. It's over, dude. That W shape on the index fund's gonna go ham. I can't believe I'm looking at the VIX right now, and I'm looking at a bullish 886 Gartley that has been like 79, 80 days in development, and it's so clear and real on the daily in a uptrend. You are uptrending. There is just continuous accumulation of the volatility index. What's going on? I know, G-Dog, but my toxic, but I can't believe you're saying that. Bitcoin at its lows of the day, 104. $104,000 is the low. We're at it. The VIX looks like it's about to go freaking nuclear. Oh my God. Does this play out? If it does, bye-bye. Anything risk on is over. It's over. Sorry, there's the ping everyone on this. That's just ridiculous. I already forgot what I said, Brad. Sorry. All right, so we got the stock market futures at their lows now. Here we go. We're getting the nice bearish breakdown of this wedge on the NASDAQ, as well as you were just... You couldn't have any more candles, right? And that's as close to the apex as you would ever get. And it's like, we ran out of time. All right, composite operators like, all right, we're out of time on the wedge. Go ahead and queue up the war. All right, break it. So guess we got some good TA respect from the composite, man. Beautiful. Beautiful in its own right, right? Nuclear is always bad. Okay, well, not... nano nuclear. Let's get some portable nuclear reactors so we can, fuel our spaceships to go to the Vega system or whatever. But, or, we can fuel our households or cities with some mobile nuclear power. Nuclear power is good, but not nuclear bombs. My God, dude. Thought that's what you meant. $104K. We just broke 104K, chat.
Bruh.
103,945. Lowest price seen on Bitcoin since June. We got 6-day lows here. Y'all are ridiculous. Dave Flowers, man. No one said 250. No one said 10K. In here, no one said 700. Dude, that's just fake news, bro. Coming into chat. No, we don't make price predictions here. No price predictions. We just go with the data that we have received. And the most recent piece of data was a W-shape completing and then failing to break 109,358. And it's like, that's not good, man. That's bad data that we just received today. Yeah, Amazon Prime Mail. We got it.
Bet one, then bet two. Ouch.
Yeah, and yeah, the stonks are going down, bro. Thank you, man. As you can see, pretty much fresh lows on the index funds. I don't know if there was really a wedge. I tried to paint it, I think. There was probably a demand line here, and you're breaking that, but it wasn't really defined as a supply line on the top side. But you can clearly see it's breaking there on the Dow Jones. I don't know, we probably had one on the Russ 2000 as well. Yeah, look at that. Breaking a little demand line there, too. Bitcoin 103,869. We're just going to the next support, chat. Don't be scared. Thanks for the 717 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the coverage of this carnage, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. Oh, my God, man. June 20th, quad witching. All right. Go ahead and queue up more volatility, then. All the expirations of the options. Okay, fib nodes, Ego, great question. Let's look at it. Okay, so we would just Fibonacci at this point from the lowest low to the highest high we've ever seen. And you have to understand that we hit a 236. And so if you were going to go to the next fib node, I wouldn't care about it too much because I'm just looking at real supports. And I would say, like, on the daily, if they can't hold 103, then it's an easy 100K target. If you want a 382, that's 97.6. So if you really want to know the unbiased golden zone for Bitcoin, it is here. It is between $88,800 and $97,646. That's the zone. The only Fibonacci node with some sort of confluence with support resistance is the 50% retrace at 93.2. So that is just saying, man. Not trying to make calls, but that's how we look at retraces. Okay, we're back at 104, 103.9. I have to pee, okay, because coffee, water, pre-workout, all the fixins. Let us pray. Let us pray that war does not break out or escalate in the Middle East, because the markets hate it so far. So stick around 1 second. I just have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Like button, bell, sub. Let's just continue this coverage that is breaking. Israel preemptively struck Iran, and Israel expects a retaliation. Bitcoin's at lows of day right now. My God. Can I go to the bathroom? $103,736, 719. Lows of day. I'm just going to leave up. I don't know, dude. Look, the futures. I mean, it's incredible. 886, bro. 886. Pattern completion zone of a mega bat pattern. I love it. But I hate the circumstances of the reaction so far. I'll be right back.
Bruh.
Oh, sorry. I'm muted? Did I? Oh my God, did I not mute myself when I went to the bathroom? Sorry. Anyway, I'm back. Bitcoin is at its lows of the week. Just, anything below 106, 107 right here on the 4 hour, there's nothing till 103, 102.6. So you're just running to the next major level, being catalyzed by bombs going off in the Middle East. And you have the S&P futures, NASDAQ futures, all the futures, U.S. futures have been selling off. You have the DAX futures, German market down 1.42%. Gold's at the highest level in a couple months. U.S. oil is still blasting off. It's at its highest level since March 31st. And there was an unfilled gap right there in early April. They have now officially filled that gap on oil. But 103.3, we're still selling off. It's unbelievable how this shark developed and was respected like the Jesus. Now let us see if the next major support, well, it's not the major, the next major support is 100K to 99.3. But the next minor intermediate support is 103, and that's kind of where we're possibly headed, looks like.
What the is this piece of?
Yep, which one, dude? Which piece of S are you talking about? It's all over the place. Prophetic, man. prophetic, gold breakout, back test of breakout, and it just so happens to continue its ascent. War, bombs. All right, so I'm sorry that Bitcoin's down 2%. Ethereum's down almost 5% now. Nasty. Very nasty here. Solana down over 5%. XRP down 3.47%. It's 50 shades of gross, man. It's like 196 is coming. Am I right? Yep, 196 XRP. That's definitely reality. It's almost like this now. I mean, the only thing that you can even see is, I think y'all can know where I'm going with this, right? Oh God, how tall would this be? I really hope not, bro. I hope not. Very well established neckline. I mean, that is a godlike neckline. That is 208 on XRP. Yep. Now XRP is down over 4% and falling. Let us set up an alert. Things are getting real nasty. Bitcoin 103.3 and falling, chat. Lows of the day. Lowest low we've seen since June 6th. And going back to that 4 hours so you can really see the price action. Heading on down to support. It is flushing, and so are the stock market futures. Look in the top left of the S&P at its lowest price seen since June 6th as well, like Bitcoin. But finally catching some resolution off of these little rising wedge patterns, these upsloping consolidation structures. My goodness. Gold's really not like accelerating. It's still kind of sitting where it was. It's up 0.78%, which is pretty chill, you know, for the situation. Yeah, you think it would match like the inverse of what the futures are, which is like 1.3%, 1.4%. Not even. But maybe we're early. Yeah, I know, I get it. Lowest price since last week. Yeah, it's not that big a deal. But it is kind of a big deal. Like, because you can say that, but the problem is not this as much as it is this. Because what we know about forms of confirmation, no one knows truly the first time. Typically, you'll get a second attempt. We got a second attempt, and all that it manifested into was a small bearish bat pattern or shark pattern that has resolved beautifully. So this time, this is a big deal. This is not just lowest price in a week. This is, wow, we have confirmed what was once old all-time highs when Trump got inaugurated. It's confirmed as resistance on the daily. And there's just really looking left on the daily, nothing really here till like 100K and change. Yeah, you got that minor 103, 1026 on the 4 hour, but the daily, big yikes. That's not good, man. Because we were hoping, right? Our wildest expectations were like 104, because 104 was a 113 retrace to give us that 113 shark PRZ, the big one, but there was just not enough demand, and then the bombs start flying. So just continuing to check back on the U.S. futures that are just getting cooked right now, but a little bit off their lows. And just a little bit. Bitcoin is also off its lows, just a little bit. Very bad, boys. Very bad. Just going back to U.S. oil that is off its highs. It was up more. It's only up 4.3% right now, but they're trying to break an old supply line. They broke the 200 moving average yesterday. It's the highest relative strength reading we've seen on U.S. oil since January 14th. The volatility index, chat. Beeps going off. Oh, mother of God. Ugh. This is probably the most concerning thing I've seen today. Just go into the VIX, just check it out, because this is what you go to the VIX when like bombs are going off in the Middle East, and this is the scariest chart ever because of what I am looking at. 80 plus days of development of this M shape with a type 2 return that is perfect, all skating above the 200 moving average, also putting in the highest low. I mean, dude, you understand that volatility has been, this chart has been showing accumulation since August of last year. So we're talking about almost an entire year of more than before, and you're giving me an M shape 886 retrace with the confirmation low in this uptrend. It's now 6.4% and climbing. Let's see if we go any higher, man. We could. This would indicate we're going to 28, which means the VIX will be going up another 34% from here. Again, I don't really use TA on the VIX, but I don't think I've ever seen this before. This concise, this clear, this beautiful, this artistic. Back to the U.S. futures continuing to be pretty much at their lows. They're not really catching many bids. You got to wonder what this is going to develop into. If we're going to get fresh lows this evening. I mean, if you are a mod and you're watching the stream, it is very appreciated news developments and updates. Like if something else is happening, like okay, Israel bombed Tehran. Okay, well, has anything else happened? Is anything else going on? Because I don't know, because I'm streaming right now. I can try to look myself. Last look, I thought we did not hit 113. Yeah, we did not. We did not at all. Japan's bringing PlayStations, EJ. No updates. Yeah, S-Coin's getting completely destroyed, but we knew that. I mean, dude, outside of a couple, there was just no one even cares. Altcoins are just wasting your time and your money because they don't make they're not making a market anymore on them. It's bad. Israeli forces said at the end of the operation there will be no nuclear threat. Okay. Well, there you go, man. I'm try to pull this up so y'all can see what is unfolding, because I'm just, yeah. Let's take a look at this together, chat. There's your explosion in Tehran.
Can you look at LMT?
Yeah, sure. We'll look at LMT. That's a pretty big explosion, man. Yep, LMT. It would already look good, right? It already looked good. They were trying to scam out again, but I'll show you once this video concludes. Okay. That's it. So here's your LMT chart. Oops. LMT, as they gapped it down, it's like, what do they do? And then it's up 2.77% today, bullish engulfing candle, and it's now a third time this 442, 443 level. Look, the old all-time high, but just leading into the COVID crash, that level defended thrice now. So you just got to wonder, what is it up? Someone tell me what LMT is up overnight on a 24-hour market. Let me know. That's Russia's clip. That's Russia. Brad. Apparently, I'm talking about that's Russia. Is that Russia? I'm confused. So yeah, I mean, I don't think 494. This is, dude. 494 will be tested. They break that, then you're going on an 886 probably. You're going for a deeper retrace, high to low. I mean, golden zone between 495. This is your golden zone. This is your common retrace zone between the 382 and the 618. Good common areas. 495 to 542. That's your target area. But things get spicy. You're probably looking at 595 for an 886 up there. Alligator blood for sure. Big one's off its lows. Hey man, we're back above. No, we were above 104 for a second, but Lots of videos coming out. Yeah. Well, we're looking at the Bitcoin videos, and the altcoins are off their lows. Pretty nice. Not really. It's kind of like, just if you look at the 4 hour, here they are, right? They're not at their lowest lows. Holy crap, dude. And the futures are now bouncing off their lows. Oil is getting close to its highs. Wow. Yeah, they're saying they targeted nuclear sites. Yeah, dude. So everything's probably going to be fine, man. I've been live now, hour 45 minutes, so I need to eat dinner really bad. I'm like starving. Yep, US not involved, which is good. Probably good for the markets. No, I think that was it initially. I think that's kind of, I don't know if we're gonna keep going. I mean, I think 103, 102.6. We're gonna maybe go chop for there for a while, but that was a good drawdown. Oh no, Bitcoin's not a scam, bro. It's actually the realest thing in the world. The most invulnerable thing in the world, fundamentally speaking. It's the altcoins, the scams, all of them, just about. So yeah, just tread carefully below 109.358, man. I'm not sure about that, Marco. You need to provide a source if you ever spew off news. Yep. Well, sad as I am to say that some TA was respected at least a little bit on the 4 hour, and definitely starting. I mean, it didn't even really. I mean, the U.S. futures, looking at them, this is kind of nothing still. It's just it being down 1.2% doesn't mean anything. It's not even making a lower low than the previous low from June 5th, from May 30th. I mean, it still could be the highest low, and it's ridiculous, right? LMT's 498 after hours. There you go, dude. No, the Black Swan's probably not coming, dude. Escalating by the minute? I just don't know, man, if that's happening. Escalation. Oil is killing it. Oil is now at its highs. West Texas oil is at its highs right now as I'm speaking to you. It's up 5%. Unreal. Let's go freaking oil. What about oil stocks though overnight? You know, like what about like, hey dude, remember Exxon? And I'm not sure, they might dump, dude, right? But I'm not sure how oil stocks will correlate to US oil, because if everything's risking off, like people would be indiscriminately selling also oil stocks. So I mean, like, what is let me see. Oil stocks up right now. Well, good, because they looked good, right? They looked freaking good. Oil is at its highs, 5.19%. It is pumping, dude. It is pumping. And gold is pretty much at its highs of the day. Highs of the 6-week highs, just about. Exxon, let's go. Oil stocks, baby. So I couldn't believe they looked like that, but yeah, Exxon Mobil up 4% after overnight. Unbelievable. How about Chevron? How about, what was the other one? Halliburton? Or wasn't Halliburton, it was Valero. Look at the Chevron's up almost 5% overnight. VLO, the one that really was going hard on a couple, like last stream I streamed. Valero up 2.7%, underperforming, but either way, oil definitely doing things, man. Yeah, ExxonMobil, dude. Up, dude. It's like nearly at this resistance right now. I'm gonna gapping up. It wasn't the 4 hour, it was the daily. The daily was spectacular defense. Like the spring, back test of spring beauty. And then VLO really liked it above that. Oh yeah, it was gorgeous right here. The same entry as the old trade setup from January of last year. And it's like 141 or whatever. Gapped up. CVX. Remember it was like, we don't act like we know, chat. All we can do is identify the structures and identify the structures developing at key levels in that price action correlation we get. And it was the old all-time high back from 2014 before the oil glut. They were violating, reconfirming once and twice, and it looked good. There was lots of upside potential, and this thing's at like 151 or whatever after hours, and gap fills or targets. Just, how did it happen like that? They were just good reward to risk. They were in good reward to risk situations where if someone wanted to manage the risk, like where they set up a strategic stop, entry, and take profits, it was good, 3-to-1 minimum. And it's, I would say it's never good that bombs are being dropped anywhere, but it's just very interesting how, why do they look good technically, and then, you know, they look good technically, but not the index funds, not the S&P and NASDAQ. They look like they're kind of getting ready to react downward. Wild stuff, man. So Bitcoin's 103.9, not looking good, man. And the index funds are starting to get close to their new lows. Germany is at new lows. Well, it's off just a little bit. Gold's nearing its new highs. Wow. Oil. The VIX is, dude, chat, the VIX is pumping. Oh my God. VIX up 9% now, which, you know, whatever. But the fact that this, oh my God. The M shape, the type 2 return. Okay, here's the neckline of the double bottom breakout. This thing's going. Climb at 9.56%. And all right, fresh lows, chat, on the futures. The U.S. futures are at new lows as I'm speaking to you. Mother of God, Bitcoin's not quite at fresh lows yet, but it's about to be, I would imagine, in moments. Bro. You gotta be kidding me. And why is the audio so high? My God.
Can we quickly do gold? Don't have a ton of time to hang out and took a short today at 3,300.
Oh no, no, you're about to get wrecked. Bro, I mean, if you were in the Citadel, I pinged everyone about gold, like how good it looked. Like it was a breakout and a back test. We have looked at gold multiple times, Jim. Thanks for the 20. But shorting gold today, look, dude. U.S. oil, fresh highs, up almost 6% now. You gotta be kidding me. Pumping. Okay, so are there more developments going on? Because the market is acting like new developments. Gold is at its highs. Highest level now since May 6th and climbing up 0.91%, really starting to go. But yeah, I mean, this was just today in charts only. I mean, it was one of the most recent charts. Dude, he was like 314. I mean, 314 today. It was posted. Breakout, back test, and ready to run higher, question mark. And then before that, damn you, Shark, 108.3. And now we're at 103.7. Down here. My God, it's pretty nasty. Okay, U.S. futures still at their lows. They are still at fresh lows as I'm speaking to you. Many days as needed. Israel says strikes will continue for as long as it takes. So that might have been what is continuing the pump on gold and oil. Oil is going nuclear. It is up 6.71% right now as I'm speaking to you. Mother of God. There it is. Look at this thing, man. 7.22%. Currently trading at its highest level since February 3rd. This thing going crazy. Bitcoin's hanging out 103.8. Not at fresh lows like the index funds. Germany at fresh lows. Japan, the Nikkei as at fresh lows as I'm speaking to you. This has been a long time since we've seen something like this. Yeah, silver. Real quick so you can see it. Not doing what gold's doing. But it's still above 35, 60, 50, so you're good there. That's not. And the party's not on silver, chat. It is right here. 7.8%. When was the last time US oil was up 8% a day? I can't even remember. Yeah, I don't know, man. I ended up liking gold the past few days because of the breakout the back test and the trend, and it's kind of like the equities are kind of like spent a little bit on that 25% rally in 50, 60 days. Okay, so US oil kind of pulling back a little bit, only up 6.85%, 7%. My God. It's hard to get off stream with this type of price action, man. I'm trying to provide market analysis and updates to you because we got stuff going on, and it was just while I was streaming. We still got over 700 people here. Thank y'all for that. We only have 300 likes though, so it's like, dude, I am missing dinner. I was supposed to go get on a call with somebody. Like I'm literally putting my life off so I can stream this. So could you like the stream? Can we just do that? And that's your gratitude? Because I'm just doing everything I can to cover this. Gold is at its highs of the day, up 0.96% right now. Yeah, still watching US oil getting closer and closer to a major $75 inflection point. Bitcoin's fine. It's over 104 still. But man, the altcoins, some of them are just murdered. Yeah. A lot of those lesser thans down over 5%. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I probably need to take this call. Yeah. Did not expect to stream this long. What's up, Grayson? Thank you for the sub and the like. Appreciate you, dude. Check Mooding. Well, I know, I think Big Mike or somebody in the Citadel was shorting Mooding because it was pretty good for a short. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, back below 104 for a second. All right, if I get a response, I might have to go, but until then, I guess I'll do what I can here. We're just watching the markets together. Oops. Yeah, that VIX is still up 9% right now. And it just looks like it's going way higher. If the harmonic framework, which guess what? It's right here, dude. If the harmonic framework is respected on the VIX, way higher. Bitcoin is now starting to tumble a little bit more. 103.8 and falling.
bad, boys. Very bad.
When it comes out, zero.
And then, just like that, Bitcoin going to zero.
All right, we have a 4-hour candle close on the U.S. futures. As you can see, that candle just confirmed. But we confirmed a demand line breach on that news catalyst. And now we have cemented that candle breakdown. All right. VIX is just volatility index, Echo Leaf. Then there's the XIV, which is the inverse of the volatility index, but it blew up. It got liquidated. All right, Bitcoin is not looking hot, man. 103.6. So, is the selling pressure over? Well, it was for a minute. Now it's starting to crack a little bit. 103.559. We are not too far off now. The lows of day was 103.270. So we're now about 200 points away from the new lows. I'll show you there. Not good, man. I thought James Wynn retired, dude. This is definitely due to Israel strikes, Namit. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, if it wasn't, then it was catalyzed by that, but we knew where we were. We knew where the futures were. Started to get a little sketched out earlier today on Bitcoin with that failure below 109.358. Like, I don't like that. I don't like W shapes completing and us failing. Okay, everyone wants to get the U.S. involved. We don't want anything to do with this crap, dude. Okay? No one over here wants to die for anyone in the Middle East. Get over yourselves. We don't care. Like the whole thing 20 years ago, we're not trying to do that again. We got enough issues here. Domestic. Okay, so 103.5. We're about to make fresh lows on the U.S. futures. Gold is at its highs of the day. Oil just a little bit off its highs of day. Highs of months. If you don't know, U.S. oil just hit its highest level since like January, February. But yeah, kind of want to go eat and chill, but yeah, how about you say Victory GLD? How about Victory UGL, sir? Oh yeah, feel like I'm own Bitcoin with some UGLs. Old UGL baby, about to do things tomorrow. You know, UGL is a 2-time levered gold ETF. But yeah, GLD, bro, for sure. Yeah, we're good. I mean, already broke out, did the thing. No, it doesn't matter. We lit spot, and then you don't even care. You use GLD to gain exposure via traditional markets. Fine. Paper gold works though. What's up, Joshua? Thanks, man. I don't know about that. All right, Bitcoin lows of day. Gosh dang it, dude. I can't end stream when Bitcoin's at its lows. Yikes, man. Approaching the kind of target area below 107 is 103. Ongoing rockets, missiles near or on the Baghdad International Airport. Sources in the airport confirmed to me hearing ongoing explosions, said that person. And lo and behold, as this news breaks, Bitcoin continues to tumble to new lows. So it must be reliable. It must be the market and the bots reacting to the newer developments. Link Marines getting. Remember, we were looking at before all this stuff happened. Remember, it was pre-bombings. It was like Link. Why are we showing classy distribution here like a loser? And it's over. Let's just have a mini alert set up. If we hear the beep, we know. Well, I don't think you hear it, but yeah, we're about to be at the new lows. All right, yeah, fresh lows on the Rust 2000. Fresh lows Bitcoin, fresh lows NASDAQ, fresh lows Spider, S&P 500 futures. At the lows, chat. Gold is at highs of day. It's up over 1% now, finally. U.S. oil is still up, but way off its highs. It's only up 6.4% right now. Okay, Bitcoin 103.2 new lows right now as I'm speaking to you. 103, 190 and change. Pretty brutal sell off we got going on here. New lows, new lows, new lows. Altcoins taking it even worse. You can imagine Bitcoin dominance right now is probably kind of rallying more. Yeah, you got a 0.48% now. Yeah, so they're keeping it alive. I mean, this long-term uptrend is still intact. Altcoins were terrible as is. Didn't need a bomb in the Middle East to change that. Still waiting on just new lows, new whatevers, new highs, because starting to, my streaming brain's starting to get a little exhausted. You know, here's your gold on the new 4-hour candle just 8 minutes ago, or 7 minutes 30 seconds ago, putting in fresh highs from May 6th after that beautiful breakout and back test. Some hidden bullish divergence on the RSI, just a little bit. Nice. So we'll have an alert set up if we do break higher. I don't see it. Tale of two different charts, right? Going from gold to Bitcoin. You're like, but Bitcoin was supposed to be gold. US futures off their lows just a little bit. Yeah, my PAX G, whatever, dude. Oh boy, Brad. Oh boy. Three bottoms. I'm not worried about Bitcoin. Technically, for a swing trade, it hasn't been in a good spot for a long, since the Dragon breakout. That was it. That was the last time it was great, you know. So I'm just staring at Bitcoin, making new lows pretty much right now. Down $2,444 on the new day. Only 2 hours. And thanks for the 737 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the coverage of this bearish breakdown across the markets, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. Let's try to get 500 likes. We could do that in seconds. We're at 480 something. So new lows, chat. New lows on Bitcoin, 103, 190 right there. Or it was $10 off. There it is. There's a new low, 163. Big freaking yikes, man. And we'll just go back to US futures for a second. As Bitcoin makes fresh lows, they're not quite making the fresh lows yet. It looks like they will. Gold's a little off its highs. US oil's off its highs. Still waiting on an alert to go up on the VIX, which it seems likely it will go off. I have no prediction, Daniel Smith. All I knew is I can't like Bitcoin below 109,358 when it fails for a second time, especially when it's a lower high like this. I can't like it. I was optimistic if they were going to take it to a max threshold, 114, but lower high got put in. Bitcoin's at its lows. We are now officially at $103,000. We have just broken $103,000 for the first time since June 6th. Looks like we might be heading to 102.6. Chat, we have an actual meltdown kind of going on right now across the crypto space, where U.S. futures have just kind of stalled out. They're down, right? They have definitely broken down, but they're not like accelerating like Bitcoin is right now. Gold is still off its highs by like 0.1%. U.S. oil is still off its highs. Bitcoin is kind of the show right now. Here's an old little supply line that they broke for the little mini dragon that turned into the bear shark, and looks like you're about to go test that with the... You're here at a big level, man. Don't want to lose this. You do not want to lose this. Candle close right here from December 4th of last year. Look, resistance reversal in December last year. January of this year. Look, a perfect bearish back test before it collapsed in February. This is not a joke of a level. You do not want to lose 102.6. You just don't, man. 102.857. We're at new lows as I'm speaking to you. I'm just covering this stuff, man. 102.778. We are falling. We are continuing to fall. Sorry. I'll get rid of it. That here. Down $2,870 at that low right there. Okay, we're off the lows now. But unfortunately, as we're just off the lows by 200 points, the S&P 500 futures, the NASDAQ futures, the Dow Jones futures, the Russell 2000, they've all just made fresh lows on the day. Hello? Hello? Gold is about to make fresh highs as I'm speaking to you. So they are certainly right now completely inverse correlated. Gold and equities, or gold and risk on. Gold is acting certainly as a risk off asset. And I'm talking, we're at the lows on futures. Germany also pretty much at the lows. Japan at the lows. Win VIX alert. We must be over 10%. Right? We have to be over 10%. No, we're 9.8%. Give me a break, man. So freaking close here. On the VIX, man. And I'm telling you, this is the scariest chart you could see because of this. 80 plus days of development. That's frightening in a way. I hope it fails, man. Oh, God. I'm so sore, by the way. Like, my whole body is just completely burning. All right, fresh lows, chat. I can't believe the VIX is now over 10%. VIX is up 10%, excuse me. And here we go. We're at the lows of all the U.S. futures. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, dump it. Gold, fresh highs. Gold at its highest level since May 7th. Here you go. Here's your gold chart. And they're pumping it. 1.09% and climbing, where it doesn't look like the sell-off's done. I wonder if it's just begun due to what we've seen on the futures. I mean, I'm just been here and we're like, well, it's, man, look at that. It would just, we were here on this last time I live streamed 2 days ago. It was like, well, we're just up here waiting for a reaction at the pattern completion zone of the bearish bat, which in chat looks like maybe you're getting it down 1.67% S&P futures at the 886. Is it unbelievable? Wow, Israeli PM Netanyahu being transferred to a safe location. Oompa Loompa, man, yep. That or gold. Unreal. Okay, gold or Bitcoin just made fresh lows again. No, 102.746. That is the lows of the day. So we're off it by a few hundred points, even though you can barely even tell now, right? Okay, U.S. futures off their lows just a little bit, just a little bit. You can barely even tell on this screen right here. Let me go back to gold and then just have another alert set up. I'm gonna set one up when it makes like, if it ever exceeds that peak we saw from May 6th. Yeah, gold 34.25, looking pretty spectacular. Yeah, be careful with all your information. So we are at, on the 4 hour, some sort of support resistance. Like, you got the supply line, but it's confluent with like another level from 2024, early 2025. So yeah, maybe we're catching a bounce here. For now, it is temporary, we don't know. But yeah, you're at a level where we've seen price react and respond favorably before, as well as negatively. We've seen it perform or react negatively here too as resistance. So it depends. Okay, catching a little rally. We are up about 600 points off the lows on Bitcoin. So a sigh of relief. You just gotta wonder, when is the next catalyst, the next news event, the next information? Oh, sorry, the mic's probably from me being too close to it. Sorry about that, dude, my bad. Well, Bitcoin's the only bull market, Andrew. Nothing else has been in a true bull market. They're just pump and dump scams, dude. All of them. Cardano, dude, but it's Hoskinson's son, dude. He has a beard and he lives in Colorado, and he went overseas to put his hand in a bullet ant glove. That's Cardano. I mean, that's it. Been around 7 years. What is it doing? Not making anyone money, that's for sure, except maybe him. All right, well, Bitcoin's off the lows. I'm not sure if we're going to... I mean, this might be a good spot to conclude the stream, but... Dude, I've been live now 2 hours, 20 minutes.
Why worry about any chart? The Fed and those in charge will always V-shape any dip. Honestly, any sell-off is just a joke when money isn't real.
So Greg P, thanks for the 5 super chat. Well, they can send it lower. Just get better opportunities, right? Wait for dragon patterns. Bullish divergence was identified on Bitcoin at 74, 75K. It developed. So we just wait for value and big sell-offs and confirmation lows, nearing supports, not buying at resistance after 50% rallies in 42 days. Sorry, this song sucks, dude. I don't know, hopefully y'all can barely even hear it. That would be great. And I don't even know this is going to be good. So, all right.
Carnage times are as good as the pump times. So much knowledge to take in.
People, what's up, dude? Thanks for the 1111 repeating, of course. Yeah. I mean, there's opportunity to learn in any market environment at any level, right? When it's like, hey, dude, day after day of the streams, well, S&P is getting long in the tooth of its 25+% rally in a month, 6 weeks. 886 keeps meandering on up, sitting there at the 886, and it's like, well, we're just waiting for a reaction. And the thing is, this could all be a bad dream. We all wake up, market rips higher, or whatever. We keep going. But yeah, we're just like, win resolution of the bearish shark, the bearish bats. Win W-shaped resolution, and bombing in Middle East is maybe catalyzing the beginning of it. It's not even clear though. So thank you, dude. altcoins, that's not my thing. There are plenty of people that would love to, talk about what something's at in 4 or 5 years, but they have no idea. I have no idea. They don't know either. Difference is I'm not going to be like trying to guess. Well, they would love to guess. That's their content, is guessing. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I think I'm good. The stream was good coverage. All I can say is thank y'all so much for coming out. Iranian missiles are now headed for Israel, chat. Let's see if it affects the market. Is that brand new, Brad? Is it like we hit new lows when the bombs hit the Iron Dome or something? I think Sheridan PM. Oh, sorry. Let's check it out, chat. Let's check it out. There they are, the bombs, man.
Oh no, Israel blah blah blah. Iran can't have nukes blah blah blah. Middle East war, yuan. SPY rips to new highs weeks later. Same story.
Probably, Greg. Like, I highly doubt this has anything to do like with hurting the market long term. It's just again, it's I mean, is this is in Israel, and these are the bombs hitting the Iron Dome, I guess. So, whatever. Yep, maybe. Okay. Here we go. Like, dude, I don't understand. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, what's Iran really gonna do with that Iron Dome system?
The golden era is upon us. Stable as kings.
What's up, Birdhouse? Thanks for the 420. Really appreciate the contribution. Bitcoin's 4 hour severely oversold. This is the lowest RSI reading we've seen on Bitcoin's 4 hour since April 7th. Yikes. So definitely cooked on the 4 hour. What's up, Ray? Yeah, maybe so. T is a bit, well, see these keep going, but y'all just know I gotta eat some food. I've had multiple vigorous workouts with my trainer this week, so I'll just be back. Thanks for likes, love, support, contributions, everything between. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
Carnage times are as good as the pump times. So much knowledge to take in.
Adios, turd nuggets.